probably should have gotten at least this far yesterday. Running for my life to try and get any more writing in. I've been sitting here for hours, like trying to finish this audiobook, trying to like delete emails, anything to clear storage. And I finally got it from 94 to 93% by deleting Red Note. And then I thought, just to be safe, so that I don't have to like stop mid upload or try a third time, I'll just get rid of Tidal and I can re download it. But from 93 to 84%, I didn't even have any playlists downloaded. What the fuck? How big is that goddamn app? I have just filmed 2 clips, one for Y25, one for 7 and 7. I've not read the A Scare Day thing. I fell off, I don't even think mid-month. But book group for that is Monday and Tuesday. And I haven't started the book for this week's course. And I haven't finished last week's book for the course. And I haven't responded to the email for 2 book tours I'm in. I haven't read really enough to be writing like questions for an author interview. Haven't responded to like very important documents which are going to decide whether I get adult disability payments, and I slept through the afternoon and it's too late to call Papa. And there was a chat in Discord about D&D and I am still sick. And I feel a little bit like I'm going to expire with all of this. Did I tell you that I said I would go to 2 sessions of Kids on Bikes? Because I missed the last one and I felt so bad about it. So we're not ending on like the 11th or thereabouts. It felt like the right thing to do at the time, and I'm gonna really miss the games. And I'm sick of talking about it, and you're probably sick of listening to me talk about it, and I just... Yeah. Yeah, I'm tired. So I feel like I shouldn't be surprised that this is kind of already cracking. It's a shame. I've only worn it like... maybe this is the 5th time. But I'm still gonna keep it on because it's a big writing day. And I won. I won once, so I can definitely do it again. So I feel bad that the albums I'm going to be skipping on Have You Listened to This Album poll. And I am going to be skipping albums at this point because I've fallen behind again and I cannot be fucking arsed. And I feel bad that it's like the Turkish pop and the Anatolian rock. Because that's the kind of thing that I wanted to listen to all the albums for, to like expand my horizons, but like... Anyway, I have gotten worse. And I feel awful, and it's fine. But unless I think I'm like hospitalised, I'm not going to skip another Kids on Bikes. Both because that's not fair, and also because I have complicated feelings about pushing it. Saying no, I will do 2 weeks. But I absolutely do not want this going into December. I am sick of dragging this out, and I want my fresh start, and that's not going to come unless I like get on with it. So we're going to get on with it. Frustrating as that may be, I I'm not as mad at myself about this as I thought I would be. And that's not great either. I used to really love autumn and winter because I liked the dark nights, and now it's like I've been so sick for so long, and waking up at like 4 o'clock to this much sunlight is literally driving me mad. I can feel the need for light. Big uh-oh moment of realizing that I organized a day out with a friend to see Caitlin Hanna's exhibit, which is on grief, which is probably not. Yeah, I just feel like spontaneously crying a lot the past few days. This is going to be interesting. So usually I love coming to Straven because it's a nice town and all that, but Jesus Christ, the fireworks have been going since before Halloween and they have not stopped. It is it does genuinely sound like people are firing off guns. It's intense and loud, and not just like in one concentrated area, it's so many places. So I left the Milky Bar downstairs because it's Christmas, and why are you selling Christmas stuff at this time of the year? And then I noticed we live in hell. Okay, so I thought my style order had arrived, but I just got a tracking for that. So apparently this is delivered by a company called Yodel, and it's a whistle package. And I'm like, I don't know any of those names in connection with like a delivery. So oh, okay. It's a book. One day I will be good at unboxings, but today is still not that day. Oh shit, was this a library copy? Yeah, I think so. Okay, that's interesting. This is Shiver. I think it was last month that I filmed a Childhood Revisited, which will be going up in December, and I genuinely thought it was a standalone, but it had a sequel, so fingers crossed this will be coming out in January, because I like to get ahead of myself. So I will not be showing you the blurb. I've gone weeks at a time without uploading anything, and I've at least gotten like older videos viewed, but not only has this like, that's me watching it back to make sure it uploaded correctly. Have I just... It feels like that video has nuked the channel, which is very paranoid, especially at this like early stage. It's like, it's not even been a week, but oh my god. So did anyone else love rainbow magic? Okay, so yesterday was great. I feel awful because I came back and I went to sleep and I woke up at like 10, 11-ish, and then I just couldn't sleep all night, so I've wasted the day. I don't know, it was called Grief Talks, and so I don't really want to say that I enjoyed the exhibit. It was very raw and evocative and resonant. The size of the space really surprised me. It was so small, and I think that really worked because it was in the foyer of a building, and so you were walking up the stairs to see all the pieces, and I think that worked in most cases. But one of them was actually like really high up, and you couldn't read it, which was a shame. Thank you to my friend for coming with me because I would have absolutely fallen asleep on public transportation both ways if I didn't have someone with me. And that would have just been awful. So the plan for the rest of the night is to have some comfort food, to read some manga, and I was going to say finish watching Quentin Review's Sam and Cat videos, but there's not enough hours in the day for that. So I thought there was maybe an error yesterday, but I think this is just permanent now. That the symptoms list is just shuffled, and it's really silly. But I feel like I don't know how to answer now. Yeah, I feel like I don't know how to track it now. It's almost 8 in the morning, and I haven't gone to sleep yet. Not for lack of trying. Not for lack of trying, but for some reason my sleep schedule has just decided that I am not going to see any natural light. And it's hell. There's something about the brain that craves natural light. And like, so the kind of funny thing with the whole, oh, I don't want to have to like spend a whole week gearing up for like, what the fuck just happened there? You're okay. What? You're 26%. No. I had documents up. I kind of forgot that I always get worse during the winter. Like that was just not a concern that came to mind. But I could not sleep all last night, and then I could not wake up until like 10, and I still feel pretty awful. But I'm gonna put that down in part to like the fact that I missed dinner. So. And I still haven't gone back to my occupational therapist for missing the appointment, which feels awful, but I don't know. It just feels that we've hit the part of the year where I'm kind of just going to be hibernating, where I'm going to barely be able to get out of bed, and it sucks. It really sucks. I really wanted to do the Read a Thin. I really have, like, I had big plans for December videos and January videos that I'm really looking forward to, and I really gotta get that dress finished. But I don't know when or even if I'm gonna be able to do them, and that it sucks so bad. It sucks so bad. Anyway, thank you to Mum for the delicious dinner, and I'm sorry I didn't get it at dinner time. Like, I am not gonna dox myself. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should not say that today. Oh god. Oh no. So I very possibly had a breakdown today, which I think has definitely been contributed to by the maybe 3 hours sleep I got yesterday and then on today. But I think it's the collapse in health. I think it is the once again being stuck in my room. I think it is that there is something going on that is changing in like the immediate vicinity of my life, not directly affecting me, and it is just time always moves forward, you know, but it really feels like it when you're stuck. And I've been spending a lot of time online because when you don't really have energy to move, but you also just don't want to be lying in a dark room for 20 hours a day. And I'm getting a lot of adverts on Instagram for like holidays, and to be fair, I do like to plan out trips in the sense of like, I like filming travel vlogs, and I'd love to build like actual trips around books. I really want to go to. There's a dark sky park in the south of Scotland, and it's in the vicinity of James Hogg's place of residence. He wrote The Private Memoirs and Confessions of a Justified Sinner, which is also this week's course book. We're going to pray that I get to both the book and the course this week. And yeah, also I think Robert Louis Stevenson has a place around there, and it just sounds like a really good video, and I could read their works at the same time and get maybe 3 videos out of it. But I think I need to stop doing that. I'm trying to not be a workaholic, but I also think I need to find something that's real, that is also not work, and that is, I don't know how to do that, but yeah. It's a shame, because if I could delete Instagram, my life would be so much easier, but for like obligated reviews, I am supposed to post things on that, so I don't feel like I can break away entirely, but I don't know. I don't know what to do. These oranges are kind of weird shaped.
Oh dear.
So how much do I take?
About a teaspoon.
Okay. So my group is gone from me now. I played my last session. I still have, I think, one game to go this year that I need to run. And I need to plan out what's going to happen next year. I've done nothing but bed rot all day. I don't. I volunteered to run the game so long ago, and I'm just not a person anymore. I ended up looking up like the symptoms of a breakdown, and I don't think it is because it's protracted. It's not like I had one big catastrophic meltdown. But over the past few weeks, I've definitely been like, oh, that's me. Those symptoms are me. And I don't know what I'm going to do about that. It's fine. It's not, but it's fine. The big concern of today really is just is the lipstick that I put on yesterday something that I'm having an allergic reaction to. We'll see. This is the 24th of November, and I think it is probably about time that we start calling time. You've been a great night dress, and you've served me for years, and I'm going to now be penciling in a sewing. Jesus Christ, go to sleep. A night dress sewing vlog. Well, that's good to know, but it's not going to help my stress. So I got to talk to the GM yesterday, and I got the rundown for the rest of the campaign, and it's amazing. It's genuinely amazing. And I love having a little secret, and that felt great because I was on the edge of my seat like most of the time, and we were talking for hours about it. It's so exciting. But I think at one point GM said to me, don't tell other players that we've talked about like this specific thing, and I was like, I'm going to keep your secrets because I don't want to spoil it for them, but also I was thinking I don't really talk to them, which again was something that I knew going in, like this is what it means to leave. The few times that I did talk to other people in the group, Laura aside, is like, it's about the games, and obviously we don't have that anymore, so I don't talk to them, and that's fine because I knew that was going to happen. But yeah, I think I got a hug before I left, and there was at one point when my character was leaving, and I thought, oh, they're really into the acting. And then it kind of hit me at one point of just, oh, is it because like I'm leaving? Is this not just like roleplay? Yeah, I don't know. I think I felt that way because it sucks to realize, like, in my head, I don't think anyone's going to miss me. Which, oh, I've had a lot of realizations in this, like, past week. Which are all things I should probably tell to a therapist, but I don't have one anymore. my second big realization, or maybe the first, what is time? My brain is not functioning. I was reading The House of My Mother on audiobook. It's about a child star, like going over all of the abuses that came with being like a child star on YouTube and family vloggers, and I think it's an interesting subject, and I think she's done a lot of like work in therapy, and she's pulled in a lot of like connections with like family vloggers and Mormonism, and you know, she's done a lot of work, and she has a very kind of clear-eyed view of things, and I think it's very much worth giving it a read or a listen because of that. I'm not talking about that, I'm going to talk about myself. There was a part of it where it was describing like, I don't know if thought control is the right word, but it reminded me very much of like my early years in Tumblr. And one of the things that I did try to explain to my therapist was like, oh, I think that really fucked me up. And also, I was kind of nervous about bringing it up, but I knew that like another writer had. And so I did try, and I don't think it quite got through to her. And to be fair, I also wasn't explaining it very well. But then we got to this bit, and I was like, oh, I have words now. So I'm just going to read this bit off of my blog, where I also do not have a great grasp of audience and that people are going to see this. So yeah, people used to talk about the way that the site's culture aggravated or gave them moral OCD. And that's something that I could like understand and kind of abstract, like, oh, sympathy. I think it kind of destroyed my ability to see myself as good, and like, I think I am very much of the opinion that you're not a good person, in the sense that a good person doesn't exist. There are good things that you can do, and it's like an ongoing thing. It's not a static characteristic. But it also does kind of suck to just not have the ability to see myself as good. But it's also like, I'm not good as in like being, and I'm not good as in I don't do good things. But I can always be worse. I can always do the wrong thing, and I can always sink lower, but I'm just not capable of good, which is, yeah, there's no rising and there's no redemption and there's no getting better. I can only get worse, and I can only be awful or bad or fail, you know? And it's like, okay. We should probably talk to someone about this, but I will not, because I don't really want to open that can of worms. I hate this like creep of Americanization, and Black Friday gets a lot of flack for it because it is like a very prominent example. I hate it too, but I have gone and done the thing because I have like, there are 2 research books that I have, and together they come to over £60. So I thought I might as well go for the triple points on it. Not all of them are research books. Some of them are for pleasure. Some of them, well, pleasure, I love meds, but I was also planning to make a sewing blog out of it, so I don't know if you want to count YouTube as work, because it don't pay, but yeah. So might as well get the triple points from it, and then that can also be put to more research books and YouTube books and whatever the hell else. What I'm really mad about is that these don't count. This is a national book token. I was actually saving it up for this, and then I decided to read the terms and conditions like a smart person and realised no, I actually have to spend £100. So, don't know what I'm going to do with that. That'll be fun to figure out, but yeah. It is genuinely a little bit terrifying because I didn't click in my head that 2015 is like a decade ago. So I'm hoping that I haven't bought a book that has been like fully refuted. I'm hoping that it's still useful in some capacity, but yeah. There are two books that come to mind immediately that would really benefit from these two. I have heard criticism of the Tower of Craft by someone who's like, you have mistranslated the, was it Parry? So the claim was that Venable Wynne mistranslated Pally, and terrifying prospect if so, because I don't have like any like academic sources, and I know that I really need, I'm probably not going to get any until I can like relearn Chinese, but all of the sources that I do have, a lot of people really like Venable Wynn's stuff, and I'm kind of terrified that if she has fucked up on that level, then all of my sources are bad and it's just going to poison the well. But there's nothing that I can do about that, and there's nothing I can do about that, and I don't know how I would be able to verify that claim. Yeah, I don't know. We're talking about like early Buddhist manuscripts. So it's been 10 minutes and the book group page has been updated. 10 minutes after I put the order in. Oh, that's sweet. Turns out there's an Nendoroid of her, and one of the guys from Goodreads. But they're like £80-90, which unfortunately just puts it out of my budget. What do you think? Should we leave the peach for later or put it in now? It's very bland. So that tastes like nothing.